Hi, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of This Freakin Show, the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. I am your host, Travis T, and alongside me,
Aqua Colin,
and Geek Cast Joe.
And this is the episode that we bring you once in a great while, where literally we got nothing. There is. There's not a damn thing.
There were no sporting events this weekend to talk about.
There
were no big events in the world that happened. It was just a totally milquetoast week.
Milk toast.
Mm-hmm.
What's milk toast?
It's like a really, really boring, bland week. It's like the idea of toast that's been soaked in milk.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound bland. That sounds gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the idea is it's something you'd eat because it wouldn't upset your belly, and you've been puking for like 4 days.
I don't think I'd eat it.
Well, and that's the one thing that it doesn't suck because we are who we are, but every other podcast is going to talk about the game yesterday, the Super Bowl, 51, Falcons versus Patriots, all this other shit, blah blah bullshit. But the thing is, we're not football fans. So it's like we can't really sit there and like give like a play-by-play of what fucking happened because like we really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it. It was really fun for me to watch Tom Brady, who's like supposed to be such a great football player or whatever, totally choke for the first like 45 minutes, like hour and a half of the game. It was ridiculous. He could not complete a frickin' pass. And no, until like probably at the very end of the third quarter, he finally started making completions. It was ridiculous. It was the stupidest thing I've ever watched. It's like, you guys, you're a bunch of grown men playing a child's game for tens of millions of dollars, and you can't catch a damn ball.
There were actually people I saw on Facebook that were saying that the only reason the Falcons were destroying the Patriots in the first half was because the Patriots were letting them, so they can have this epic comeback.
I could see that. It's so weird.
I can see it happening. I don't know why anyone would want to do that. I mean, who would ever go into a game like, hey, listen, I know this is a Super Bowl. This is the biggest game of the year, and there's so much endorsements behind it if you win. But just for the hell of it, let's go down like 21 points.
Yeah.
We'll come back.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, it felt like, so as I understand it, ratings have been down all year. And, people want to blame, like, Kaepernick and all of the political stunts with it. And that's fine if you want to do that. But realistically, I think the thing is that all of the teams are basically using the exact same plays every single time. And so they all know what's in everybody's playbook, and they all recognize it. And so it's literally just, like, who can set up the same basic thing and run it exactly the same the best. And so it's become a really boring thing to watch for most people. And so I think the only way that they could, like following the lines of that conspiracy idea you just threw out, the only way that you could make the Super Bowl interesting is if somehow the Falcons managed to totally trounce the Patriots for the first like 3 quarters of the game, and then the Patriots make a comeback and win it in overtime when there's never been an overtime in a Super Bowl ever. Like, so many firsts. But I don't know. It was interesting.
No, and that's the thing, like to like the big football fans and everything, this was probably like one of the most amazing games in the fucking world. And I'm sure if you're a Patriots fan, you probably nutted yourself the entire time this game was going on. But it's just like when I turned it on, and I didn't turn it on until the second quarter because honestly I fucking forgot about it. And plus, I got a new video game. I got NBA 2K17.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'll be honest with you because I mean obviously I'm a huge baseball fan and I have MLB 16 to show, but MLB 17 to show comes at the end of March, so I didn't want to continue to play MLB 16 because also I don't want to get bored of baseball, which I've done before. Like I overplayed it to the point where I needed something else, so that's when I got the WWE game.
Nice.
So I was getting to that point again. So I'm like, I want to do something else, but I don't want to do the WWE game right away. So, I watched this YouTuber who plays all these games that I would love to get on our show, but I guess he doesn't know how to answer emails.
Mm-hmm.
So, he plays the NBA game. He plays FIFA, baseball, WWE. He plays all of them. So I'm like, I watched him play the NBA game. I thought it was kind of cool, so I'll give it a shot because the one thing I love about the baseball games or the basketball game that I saw, and what I kind of like about the old wrestling games, which I don't really have them too much now, is cutscenes.
Right.
I love cutscenes in games. I mean, that was one of the biggest reasons I like the Assassin's Creed. Like,
oh yeah.
What was Revolutionary War one? The third one? 5?
Yeah, I believe so. The third.
Yeah. Colin got me into that, and the only reason I stuck with it and kept doing it because I'm not big into gun games and shit like that. I like that one because I liked Revolutionary War, but I loved it a lot more because of all the cutscenes and everything it had. And I think that helps tell the story in the games rather than just like continue doing the same thing over and over and then you start a new mission, but there's like really no story to why you're doing it or anything like that.
Absolutely.
So I think cutscenes are amazing. And so with the NBA game and everything, you start out as, a kid who graduates high school. There's a coach kind of helps you along the way. You come from a family with a single mom because your dad was a cop and he died in a car accident when you're 14 years old. You get to choose a college you want to go to. You play about 4 games in the college that you're at, and then you get drafted. And depending on how you do is where you get drafted to. And then while you're drafted and you're playing the games, there's cutscenes like the locker rooms. When you're not playing, like you're hanging out with like a buddy at a barber shop and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun because it's cutscenes that not only pertain to the basketball game itself, but cutscenes to what a normal person would experience, like going to movies with a friend and stuff like that. Like you're not sitting there watching a movie, but you meet like a friend outside a movie theater and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that.
See, I agree with you. See, in my opinion, I love storylines of games. It's what makes the games. But it seems a lot of times nowadays, fucking companies don't give a fuck about that because, we gotta have multiplayer. You don't have story mode and multiplayer. And I mean, and when your game just focuses more on multiplayer than the story, that fucking shitty.
Yeah. I have 2 responses to that. 1, Borderlands. 2, Assassin's Creed. Both of those games have multiplayer. Both of those games have tremendous storylines.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous to me.
I mean, I know that Assassin's Creed did do the multiplayer. I think since then they have stopped it.
I don't even know if it's good multiplayer.
Well, Assassins. Do you really team up in Assassins?
Right. No, probably not. But, though I could see... there are ways that I could see it working and how it would be really cool. Because they're, especially in, in Brotherhood and Revelations, there's times where you're teaming up with other assassins to do stuff.
Yeah.
And usually it's just the computer... artificial intelligence takes over for those other assassins and does stuff, and it's really they're in the way most of the time. But if I had one of you guys playing with me and you were playing as Yusuf, the Turkish assassin, that would be awesome because then you wouldn't
mean
be
like
in my damn way.
storyline co-op?
Yeah. Oh well, it's
Yeah,
storyline
see,
co-op. I haven't played the actual multiplayer with Assassin's Creed, so I don't know how it's like.
I would love that. But
Army of Two.
Army of Two.
Army of Two is a great game.
Is great.
Yeah.
But like Assassin's Creed, they made it player versus player. That's fucking stupid.
Oh, is that what they did?
Yes.
Oh well, never mind.
Yeah. Well, it's like the conversation. It's like the conversation I had with Colin. Hold on one second. then you get to it. The same times I have with Colin, like Colin always wants to play. Well, not always so much, but like back when, because now he kind of knows what I like to play. Is like he has all these 2-player games and everything, but I don't play versatile games. I don't do it. I like doing co-op games. So like we always play like the Army of Two. With Derek, we always played Halo. I'm just not big into like just facing another person because one, I'm not really great at the game to begin with. Like when me and Colin played Army of Two, Colin was the guy that kind of like just ran in and did everything. I just shot people from like above because like that's not me. Like Colin, like we'll get like a sniper rifle, a tactical rifle, a handgun, and all this other shit. If I have a shotgun, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm. You just go, boom.
That's about it. Because I'm not great at it, but it's kind of fun. Like as long as you're playing with somebody else and you're making a strategy on what you can do to make this shit work.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, half the time like.
Too.
What's up? Well, yeah, I mean, like, like things like if Colin, like, if we make a plan and Colin like runs to go do something, I'll stand up above and just shoot at what I can. If not, then like if I drop down somewhere, I was like, well, fuck it, I'll just run at him because like no matter what, if I end up dying, I'll just end up back by him anyways. So I just kind of like run through and see how far I could get. But,
awesome.
But yeah, it's just like, but that's what I loved about co-op. Because like you can just play like with a friend and shit like that. Colin, you go back to what you're saying. I don't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine. I absolutely co-op games need to more co-op games need to happen. Army of Two, perfect example. Every single game you can play co-op. Resistance, on the other hand, Resistance is a great game, great storyline. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that or played it. It's about basically aliens coming and taking over, and then you have to fight them.
That sounds awesome.
The first one they made you can play co-op mode, full story co-op mode. Both playing the same thing. Awesome fucking game.
Yeah.
Second one, I think they had co-op mode, or I forgot which one it was. Second or third one, they had co-op mode, but it's not like together. It's not the story at all. It's just some other game. And then I think the next one or the second one, they just completely got rid of it. It's like, why? Co-op games work. I mean, granted, your storyline's based around one character, and then you have two people playing basically the same character.
Mm-hmm.
But you really don't need to because you're in the army or in the military, so it could just be like a buddy. It could be the 2-player. I bought it when I went to go visit my cousin down in college. We were like, hey, let's go to the store and find a game that we could play 2-player, a co-op game. Well, we bought this game called Rage, and I was playing it 1-player, and it's an open world, really cool looking game, but then you play to 2-player, and it's completely different from the game. It ruins the game. I mean, I know for me, I want to play the story with my friend, not, oh, look at this short little hour-long mission.
Mm-hmm.
That's my rant.
No, I'm totally with you, and that's the thing too. I think we're all in agreement here, which is a weird thing. I think for the three of us is that video games were supposed to be the future of film, right? It was supposed to totally do away with film because we're going to be able to totally immerse you in the story, and you're going to be able to be carried along by this wonderful narrative. And not only are you going to be able to experience it with your eyes and your ears, but you're going to be able to actually be a part of the story with this character that you've either created or has been provided for you, and you're going to be able to participate in the storyline. And there are some games that do it absolutely amazingly well, and there are some games that just are horrible at it.
Yeah.
And it's so exciting to me when we have games that have great cutscenes that play right into whatever the next action your character is going to take is going to be, or something like that. And to I don't know. To make a long story short, it's a shame that the gaming industry is so compromised in so many ways, where they have to just put out games that are unfinished, or they have to decide we have to choose between either great multiplayer or a great story. We can't do both because we don't have time or money to do it, and it's heartbreaking to me, because I forgot how much I loved playing video games until I picked up Assassin's Creed and finally started playing it.
Oh yeah, I mean, and every Assassin's Creed I've absolutely loved. They do, for the most part, have a great storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when they announced Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I was just like, really? A pirate version of this game?
Uh-huh.
Assassin's Creed pirate version? But I stand corrected. That game turned out amazing, and I absolutely love it. They took a chance with going to pirates and where you can drive ships and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they did an excellent job on it, and I wouldn't even mind seeing it come back.
Yeah,
as long as they can keep the storyline, like a story in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'd play it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't wait to play that one. I'm not there yet, but from my limited experience with in Assassin's Creed, what is it, Revelations, I think. You actually get to drive some ships and light some ships on fire and shoot cannons at ships. So it's there. It's just a whole game of that. I'm actually really excited about because of how much fun I had playing that. So,
yeah. What was it? I just lost my train of thought of what I was gonna say. If I remember, I'll come back.
All right. Joey, there was one thing you did mention, or that you did say that I do agree with as far as the quality of games that are playing out, and that's time.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the biggest problems that a lot of people are having is like everybody's trying to pump out a new game every year instead of taking their time to make it like a great game, because obviously if you wait too long, you become irrelevant and people move on. You know, I mean, like, now obviously, like Assassin's Creed, like, they put one out every year. I mean, I think, like, what was it, like last year or the year before? I think it was the year before they put out like two of them.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like Rogue and
different storyline.
Yeah. But like, I mean, they were able to do it, which was amazing to me, because you would think you would have so much time you have to put in these games and shit like that. But I mean, like, if you like pump out like one game, and all of a sudden, like the following year, you pump out the exact same game, especially when it comes to like sports, it gets boring. Like if you don't do anything different with it, and all that's new in it is just characters, then it just gets boring. That's what what's happened like with the MLB games. Like, they do adjust it, like not last year's, but the first three previous ones, they're kind of getting repetitive to the point where there's no point in buying them, because the only thing that changed was just certain players went to different teams and some new players came in. But everything else was the exact same. And then when you sit there and do a season, and you keep playing that same season up until a point where you get the new one, and then you have to start a new season all over again with a new game, it sucked, and not many people wanted to do that anymore. But now they're able to continue the season from one game into the next new game, which is absolutely amazing to me. And I love the fact that I was able to do that, because I'm able to continue my storyline from 2015's game into 2016's game. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do it into 2017 as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but now, like with 2017, they're bringing in Ken Griffey Jr., which is an old baseball player from, I think he retired in 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. He's going to be the face of the game now, which normally it's just the MVPs and everything, but this year he's the face of the game. He's the guy that they're going to make this big deal around and everything. So I'm excited for it to come out. And plus, they're having different cutscenes and everything in the game now too, because like when you would normally like talk or interact with like the coach or something like that, all you do is just go to like a drop box of like choices you want to make. You just click it and then it's just done. That's what it is, just on the screen right there. But I think with this game is like you actually go to cutscenes where your guy's talking to the coach, about trades, about moving positions and stuff like that. And I think that's gonna add more fun to the game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, and like I know you like it, but That's one thing I've never understood about sports games, is that it's the exact same thing every single game, except for characters. But like you said, they are changing it and adding the cutscenes and making it more, hey, look, there's a story behind just playing this game over and over. Yeah. But I remember what I was going to say. And I know people knock me for it. I know my cousin especially. Like with the Assassin's Creed likes adding the extra stuff into the game. I mean, sometimes it's to a point where it seems very excessive. Like there's so many side story missions or like side missions that don't even pertain to the story. To do. See, I'm the type of guy that actually likes to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, yeah, okay, I'm not playing the storyline, but I'm doing other stuff in the game that I enjoy, and it makes me play the game longer.
Right.
So, I mean, and that's good for the company. I mean, because I got an update from PlayStation saying the amount of hours that I play. I played for a game or last year, and they said last year for Far Cry 4, I played 63 hours of that game.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like a week and a half.
Yeah. It's a long ass time. But that was me doing the side missions and stuff. So you can imagine just regular storyline is only going to last what? I mean, good ones can last about 10 hours.
Right. Maybe 12.
Yeah, maybe 12. But I just love having the extra stuff that gets you more involved in the game.
Yeah. Now I will say I like it better when it serves a purpose in the game. You know, like in Assassin's Creed 2, when you had to collect the 100 feathers, the game rewarded you for doing it, which was cool. But more importantly, it was about getting your mother out of her depression, right?
Yeah.
But then
I like that too, where they involve a storyline behind it.
Right. But like when they did that in Brotherhood, there was no point to it. It was just like collect these 10 feathers because that's what you have to do to get 100% sync. And it's like, I'm going to move on to the next game because I don't care about collecting these feathers because you haven't given me a storyline reason to care about it. And I looked it up on the internet, and you're not even going to reward me for it.
Yeah. I definitely, I mean, I'll still do them, but I definitely see that point. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, like I might go back and do it now, but like for me, I already had the next game ready to go. So it's like, okay, so I can keep plugging along in this amazing story that's really grabbed me by the balls and is pulling me forward, or I can just sit here and collect these feathers for no reason for the next like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play 3 hours of the new story.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I know some of them, like Assassin's Creed, you'll unlock a armor.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, that's a bonus. You'll get a stronger armor for a game, but
yeah, that's actually one of my favorite things.
Give some background to it.
Right, like if collecting those, like I think it might only be like 10 feathers in Brotherhood, and that's it. But I still don't want to do it because there's no reward. If I go do that, I just have like the satisfaction of having done it, instead of like there's a new painting I can buy. I would even take that. Like you collect these 10 feathers, you get the brand new frickin' John Ralphio painting or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and I know he's not a Renaissance painter to those listeners we have who care about that kind of thing, but I don't know. It bugged me.
Oh, I agree.
So
it's kind of depressing when you don't have a reward for the work you do.
So Rome's a big city. It's a pain in the ass to find 10 feathers.
Yeah. But I mean, I kind of like what I've seen games do nowadays, but I kind of also don't like it. And I've noticed this with the Assassin's Creed games, where they just show you everything on the map.
Yes.
Like yeah. I know they did that for Assassin's Creed before. Like you could buy the game guide, which would tell you, or you could get the collector's edition, and it would have a map of all the locations. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a bonus. But just the regular game, you're not going to know.
Right. You can go to the art dealers and purchase the maps, and it'll tell you.
Exactly. I mean, even go that way. But, like, straight from the beginning, oh, here's everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of irritating to me.
Yeah. Leave me some mystery. Give me... and like the nice thing about the art dealer maps is they make them expensive enough that you really can't go back and buy them until the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
So you're at the point where it's like, son of a gun, I've got to find like 4 more feathers or 3 more Borgia flags or like I need, 8 flags from 8 different areas and I don't know where they are and, or I need so many treasure chests or whatever. Yeah. And they're just like, fine, come to the art dealer, spend half of the gold that you've spent the game accumulating, and you can just go find them, and it's great, and it makes me happy.
One thing I've really liked on like the Assassin's Creed game is when they added where you can like build up the city.
Yes,
I don't know. I just love that aspect of stuff. Like right now, I'm in the process of playing Far Cry Primal. And
how is that?
I love it. You're caveman.
Mm-hmm.
You're back in the caveman time, but like you have to go find these people, and then they join your village, and then you can upgrade their huts, and you get stuff for it.
Nice.
It's really enjoyable.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I was telling my cousin the other day, I was I was fighting a rhino, and I threw a spear into its eye. It was bad.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I really want to play that game. So that's actually eventually I'll have played through all of the Assassin's Creed games that are on Xbox 360, and so we'll just, I guess, have to upgrade to probably a PlayStation 4. I mean, I don't know.
That's the way to go.
It seems like the one that we're probably going to have to get.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that pretty tongue in cheek, but like that's the one we both kind of want, and a lot of the games that we want to play are only on PlayStation 4 and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to Far Cry Primal on PlayStation 4 in like 3 years, probably.
So you got a while to go.
Yeah, just in time for the PlayStation 5 to come out,
right?
Or whatever whatever Sony's answer to the Nintendo Switch is.
All right. No, Project Scorpion.
Yeah, I forgot about Project Scorpion.
We'll see what they do.
I'm so ready.
I heard that, like, because everyone was thinking that, the PlayStation 4 Pro is going to be the equivalent of the Scorpio, and which isn't really an update, except that it added the 4K to it.
Yeah, I think that's all it did.
Everybody was, this is Sony's going to lose everything by just doing that, when Scorpio did such a big upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
But like Sony said, no, we're still going to release more consoles. I mean, we're going to have a rival console later.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So don't get in a panic, people.
Yeah. We still haven't, as far as I know, game developers still haven't gotten to the point where they're utilizing 100% of what the PS4 can do. I mean, that's usually what happens. They finally get to the point where they can do that, and then the next console comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see any reason why. I enjoy having a new phone every year.
Yeah.
It's fun for me to have the nicest, newest thing and the best technology. But like the gains are getting increasingly smaller, and so I care increasingly less, right? With consoles and stuff, I'm a pretty casual gamer. I think the internet would call me a plebe. And rightly so.
Okay.
And or a filthy casual. But the thing is like I'm not in a big hurry to get the PS4 because the best games for it haven't come out yet. You know what I mean? Like there are good games out for it, don't get me wrong, but like the best is still yet to come as far as I'm concerned, and until they are releasing a new console, I'm not in a big hurry. And the other thing is like I don't see the point. That's one of the things I really like about the gaming industry is console wise they've slowed down a lot since like I think the early 2000s or the mid 2000s where they were like putting something out at least every year, maybe it was every other year, but it was way faster, and it was almost obnoxious because people couldn't react fast enough. They couldn't create games that were taking advantage of the systems quickly enough for it to matter. And so taking 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 years to develop the next gen console is excellent as far as I'm concerned, because you're getting the most bang for your buck when you upgrade, because you're not just getting like, oh, now your PlayStation 4 can do 4K television. You're getting like it can do 4K television, and also it comes with a bodysuit that lets you totally immerse yourself in this game. You know what I mean? Which would be sweet. Please, Sony, if you're listening, we'd love to test that out. So just
shoot us an email. You know where our contact. But yeah, I agree. But I know that right now they're probably going to hold off a little bit on a system because the VR just came out.
Right.
So, I mean, PS4 can handle the VR.
Yes.
And obviously the Pro can handle it a little bit better because of what's got in it. But the VR is a new system.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that they want to make their money on that versus releasing another system, so people have to go buy that as well.
Right.
I mean, because I know there's plenty of people that probably have dropped. I know I had to buy the big bundle for the VR, but I'm sure there's plenty of people that had literally said, "Oh, this is VR. I'm gonna go get the PlayStation 4 along with the VR."
Right.
That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the people that sit there, buy the VR, but then also upgrade it from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation Pro. So,
right.
And the PlayStation, and then you're asking people to spend a lot of money. So,
right.
And I don't want to see them push it to where you're going to make them buy another one.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a little time. Let the system marinate some.
Yeah.
Let some advances come out.
Yeah, let people adopt it. Let them come to the idea and get used to it and get comfortable with it, and then come out with something that's going to totally blow our minds.
Right? I agree.
You know, that's one of the things I'm really excited for. Horror games in VR.
Oh.
I think they're going to be absolutely tremendous.
What was it? Friday, I went and tried Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know whether or not it was because I had just eaten and I was pretty full.
Mm-hmm.
Or because of the setting I had it on, but it felt like my stomach started getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking more so that it was just that I was kind of full versus me getting like motion sickness.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't gonna lie, and like I was telling on my cousin because he was in the room there with me. He was just watching the TV while I had the VR on, and he said sitting on the thing he was scared. But one thing, and I was telling Travis this too. It's one thing when it's real life, you know, the shit doesn't happen.
Right.
It's another one. It's a horror game. Their entire purpose is pretty much to scare the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're walking around the house and you're just hearing creaking footsteps when you're not even moving,
right?
But then turning around and there's nothing there, or if you turn around and then all of a sudden something's in your face, but you didn't hear anything coming up on you.
Mm-hmm.
That is a completely different experience. And I am not going to lie. I'm pretty sure my heartbeat was beating a lot faster once I took it off.
It's awesome.
It was, and I actually saw an article that said about 10% of the people playing Resident Evil 7 played it in VR. So, I mean, to me,
so cool.
That's a good number.
Yeah, it is.
It would be nicer to see it up higher, but I got to get back in and play it more. I mean, I kind of like, I don't like that fear, the feeling of being scared of like that, but there's something about it that just like, yeah, I kind of want to go on. I mean, I might scream like a little bitch, and I have already apologized to Travis if I am playing that, and he does hear me scream like a little bitch in my room. I hope he would just forgive me on that, but it probably will happen if I'm playing that game in VR. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I watched a playthrough of it for a little while the other day, and it was just like, it was creepy just watching that. So I couldn't imagine. I mean, I can imagine, I guess, is the thing. I can easily imagine how terrifying that game would be with a virtual reality headset and your ears plugged in and everything, and all you can hear and see is in the game. I've been waiting for this, man. I've been waiting for this since I was like 6 years old. I'm so excited it's finally here. I don't even care that it's not perfect yet.
Yeah, and it's not perfect, exactly. Like I was pointing out to my cousin, in the start of that game, you're outside have you seen at all what it is? You're inside of a mansion, and that.
Yeah, something like that, and it's like your dead wife or something.
Yeah,
or
dead
something kid
like
or something.
That. Yeah, but so it's mostly takes place inside of a building.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was sitting there walking outside, and I was just looking around because I mean this is like the very first full-on game that I'm playing in VR.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting into it and stuff. So I'm just sitting there looking at how they've done this.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I was pointing out is obviously everything's not going to be perfect. With it being an inside game, they're not going to focus so much on the outside versus the inside. But one thing I found really funny is I was looking at the trees, and you're looking at it one way, and you see the leaves, but you walk a little to the right, and then all of a sudden the leaves are flat and you can't see them anymore.
Oh, jeez.
So
that's
a lot of fun. I mean, and I know with the being on the PS4, they do have to cut some of the graphics back,
right?
Just because the system can't fully handle everything,
right?
But it's the very first of its kind,
right? Exactly.
I mean, yeah, there was it somewhat back a while back, but it's dramatically improved since then.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Man. So yeah. Anyway, the Super Bowl was interesting. All that to say, the Super Bowl was okay to watch. I'm not a football watcher, but I enjoyed it. I mean, it was good. It was crazy to have it my wife and I were over at a friend's house watching it, and we left at the end of the fourth quarter. It was tied. There was going to be the Patriots were going to have the ball for overtime. And in the 5 minutes it took us to drive home, the Patriots scored their touchdown. And it was just like, I couldn't believe it. I thought we'd get home, she'd hop in the shower, and I'd have like another 10 to 15 minutes of football to watch. And it was like, I turned on the TV and it was just literally, it was post-game analysis and like, let's get an interview with Tom Brady, a guy no one cares about except when the Super Bowl rolls around. Sorry, Pats fans.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, yeah. I mean, the game from a football fan's perspective, and especially from a Patriot fan's perspective, is probably one of the greatest games in the fucking world. It was just another football game to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, I think that half the people I really know, it's just a way to have a party and get fucked up.
Yes.
While eating wings and dips.
Exactly. The last time, this is the first time I've actually gone to a Super Bowl party in 3 years and actually watched the Super Bowl. Every other time I've gone, what we've done instead is drink, what are they called?
Grape drink?
No, it's a type of whiskey
drink.
Not in Manhattan. I don't remember.
A whiskey drink?
Yeah, there's a type of whiskey cocktail that's really good. Gary Schwartz makes them. Gary, if you're listening, tell me what type of cocktail it is. I can't remember.
A whiskey drink.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been a vodka drink.
Song reference.
I'm sorry. I'm just over here tub thumping. Go ahead.
I get it. Anyway, we get fucked up on some cocktail of whiskey and cocktail mix and play Settlers of Catan, or something of that nature for 4 hours instead of watching the Super Bowl. So
yeah,
that was the point I was playing. I usually get drunk and play board games instead of watching the footballs happen.
Watching the footballs happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do gotta say though, I mean, like, I really, really enjoyed the halftime show.
I did too.
I mean, at first, I mean, because I was under the impression Lady Gaga stopped performing like altogether, like she like retired and all that shit. She did an amazing job, and it bothers me that people still want to say shit about her. Because she had a slight gut. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
That shit's so stupid.
That's weird really fucked up. I didn't even notice. You know, like, I'm busy. She was dressed like Elton John, for goodness sakes, and you're gonna focus on the fact that she has a gut.
It's like, because people are that fucking pathetic that they have no lives. That that's what they can only resort to.
Right. Mm-hmm. Like, if she was dressed in a meat suit or something, like you would expect, it would be different. But I don't know.
She's already done that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. She has done everything else. She's like, what can I do that I've never done before? And no, she decided wear something normal.
Right.
That's all she did. That's all she did. She finally wears something normal, and people are like, oh, well, when she bends over, you kind of see a little pudge on her stomach, so we're just going to call her a heifer and make fun of her.
Right.
Like, fuck you.
Yes, indeed.
It's just bullshit. Like, I mean, you sit there and, like, somebody fucking goes out of the way, which, granted, I'm assuming, you know, she gets a lot of money for doing the halftime show, but somebody goes out of the way to put together this huge-ass fucking show for you, sings granted, not a whole bunch of fucking songs. Like, like a different song is more like parts of it.
Right.
I mean, she fucking takes her fucking time out to do that shit. And to fucking sit there and mock somebody like that, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know,
so, I don't know. Small people, man.
Yeah. To our fans of the show who partaken in the shaming of Lady Gaga, turn off the show. Don't fucking listen to it again, because I literally want nothing to do with you. And I don't care if that drops our fan base from 12 to 11, possibly 9.
Uh-huh.
If you're out there and you saw the halftime show and you're like, wow, Lady Gaga looks fat. Get the fuck off the show.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hefty man myself. If you got a problem with fat people, then you've been fucking wasting your time for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Bullshit. But she did amazing.
Snaps, man. Well said.
But I'm happy she did it. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about before we go into Colin's segment. You remember when I was telling you about the podcast bracket tournament?
Yes.
Colin, did I mention that to you?
I think so.
Okay, so the Caribou Studios, the podcasting network that did the excuse me, they did the marathon for what was it? Was it autism? I can't remember what the marathon was for. That was for autism, right?
It was for autism, yes.
Okay. So the podcast network that did the autism marathon that we were a part of, and that also did the Trivia Geeks podcast that you and I were on, Joe, that I won. You know, the one that you lost.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember that? Because you lost it.
I do remember.
I won, right? Remember that? Okay. Just so you remember. They're doing...
We all lost because I had to do an Elmo voice.
Yeah. I had to do Pikachu.
We all lost, but especially me.
Oh yeah, you definitely lost.
Yeah,
you lost in more ways than one. You lost because I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I mean, you really owned that fucking Elmo voice.
Mm-hmm.
I tried doing Pikachu, and I think I did pretty okay at it. But, anyways, you lost. I won.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just don't remember that. They're doing a bracket podcast. It's called Podcast Madness, which if you know anything about March Madness for college baseball or basketball, I'm sorry. They take the 64 teams and throw them in a bracket. Then they just play each other until they get a champion. We are in this bracket.
Fantastic.
So,
nice.
Yeah. So there are some rules and stuff that we have to follow, but I mean, I read through them all and we meet the criteria. Basically, they're looking for mediocre podcasts who don't make any money, which, I mean, like, literally, we are the poster child for mediocre podcasts that make no money.
Check.
I know, right? I mean, fucking. But basically, what they're gonna do is they're gonna pick. I gave them a show to listen to. I don't remember which one it is. They're gonna listen to it, and then we are going up against another podcast, which is called the Conspirators Podcast. In a single elimination kind of battle thing. And basically what's going to happen is they're going to listen to each show, they're going to critique each show, and then when they realize that conspirators are better than us, they'll eliminate us, but conspirators move on, and so on and so forth until there's a winner. I know we're not going to win. 64 other podcasts, I doubt we're going to become champions of it. But if on the off chance we do win, which again, I doubt we will, because last time we had to do anything with conspiracies on our podcast, it didn't go well.
That's true.
No.
So the fact that the first podcast we have to go up to, guys, is called the Conspirators Podcast does not shine well for us. But anyways, if we do win, then we just move on. They'll let us know we won, and then we kind of mention a little on our shows, and then we just keep recording, and hopefully we do better. It's going to be a win-win for us because, first off, we're going to be mentioned on a even popular podcast, so maybe people are like, oh, This Freakin Show, that's a catchy title. Maybe I'll go listen to them. And hopefully they listen longer than 10 minutes and realize we're not that bad. But, at the same time, fucking Joey doesn't listen to half the show anyways.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even when he's talking on it.
Yeah. On the other end, we could win and we keep on going. So it could be fun either way. But to our listeners and everything, that's what we're going to be a part of. And I encourage you to go and check out Podcast Madness and also check out Blazing Caribou with all the other shows they have going on. It's not going to be a voting thing where our listeners vote. It's going to be based on a pictures that the podcast put together, and they'll critique, and they'll give us honest feedback and bad feedback. So I'm waiting to hear somebody refer to our podcast as a dog turd, which, I mean, I'm okay with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if I'm having fun with a dog turd, I'm having fun. Period. Right?
That's right.
You know? But yeah, just want to give everyone a heads up on that and kind of discuss that real quick before Colin takes over like he's going to right now.
Hey everybody, well, welcome back to This Freakin State of Mind. It's another exciting week here. With another boring ass fucking state. Like I say every week, I get these facts from the internet. If you want to believe them, believe them. If you don't, do some more research on them and you might find some interesting thing that you might like. Let's get right to it. This week we are starting with, we're going to be going through Iowa. I think I've been there once. I'm not even sure if I was. It was so short.
If you build it, they will come.
Oh, yeah. Supposedly, I don't even remember this, but supposedly Field of Dreams took place there, as one of our co-hosts decided to say a famous line from the show.
Ease pain.
So, moving on. Strawberry Point is home to the world's largest strawberry. The state's smallest city park is situated in the middle of a road in Hitman, Iowa. Scranton is home to the Ohio's oldest water tower still in service.
Hold on. Scranton, which I normally associate with Pennsylvania, is home to Ohio's oldest water tower? Is that what I heard?
Then say Scranton, Pennsylvania, for all you people thinking of The Office. Isn't it Scranton, Connecticut, though?
I don't know.
I
drive past Scranton, Pennsylvania a lot.
No, I think the office of Scranton is Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I don't know.
I'm going to look up. R.I.P. Dwight.
So, yes, Joe, sadly, there are multiple towns with the exact same name.
Yeah, I know there are.
But there's only one Dwight. There could only be one.
Fact.
Crystal Lake is home to a statue of the world's largest bullhead fish.
Bullhead fish.
Yeah, it's an interesting statue to have.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Nothing. That is an interesting statue.
I know that sounded weird, Colin, but Joey was agreeing with you. I know you don't get.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but I have my own thoughts. Sorry.
Yeah, Joe. You don't need you to patronize him.
Yeah, you asshole.
I just want to see the statue now.
So aggressive.
Rathbun Dam and Reservoir is the largest body of water in the state.
Interesting.
Spirit Lake. Yep. Spirit Lake is the largest glacier-made lake in the state. West Okoboji is the deepest natural lake in the state, and its depth is 136 feet. For all you Danish people out there, Elkhorn is the largest Danish settlement in the U.S. At 16 miles east Okoboji is the longest natural lake in the state. Kelowna is the largest Amish community west of the Mississippi. I know we talked about Amish, I believe, recently on the show, and how they make some awesome furniture. I could be completely wrong and thinking of a different conversation that wasn't even pertaining to this podcast.
I confuse easy.
Yeah, exactly. The state's lowest elevation is in Lee's County, and that falls at 480 feet. The Hollowell Bridge is the longest bridge in Madison County. For all you people in Madison County, go to that bridge. Hollowell? Yeah. Francis Drake was 66 years old at his inauguration, and Ohio's oldest governor.
A movie that I would like to see.
Ohio? Oh, wow. Iowa, not Ohio. Yeah. Let's get the,
why I asked.
Get the state right there.
Yeah.
So you just, it's, like I said, it's another boring state.
I was say there's nothing. Yeah.
Iowa's oldest continually running theater is in Story City. The Cedar Rapids Museum of Art houses the largest collection of Grant Wood artwork. I'd assume he's an artist. Not too familiar. Joe, do you know?
No idea.
Let's see.
I don't know either. I mean, could have asked. You don't assume shit. You could have asked me.
I could have. But
why don't you ask me? Why don't you ask? Maybe I know.
No, that kind of shit.
You should ask. Maybe you'll be surprised.
I would be very surprised.
Well,
I think music started playing on my phone randomly.
Oh no! I think I don't fucking know.
Weird, but
it's easy.
Fenland Palace, the place, elevator in the Boyk is the world's steepest and shortest railway. Wright County has the highest percentage of grade A topsoil in the nation. So if you want some good topsoil, go to Iowa.
Alrighty.
In Wright County, that is Iowa. Quaker Oats, everybody knows them. In Cedar Rapids is the largest cereal company in the world. That's right, General Mills, you can suck it.
Fuck you, General.
And what Kellogg's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The St. Francis Xavier Basilica in Dyersville is the only basilica in the U.S. situated outside of a major metropolitan area. Now, I was wondering what a basilica is because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Or basilica or something.
Oh, basilica.
Yeah. It's a large oblong hall or building with double colonnades, and a semicircular apiece used in ancient Rome as a court of law for public assemblies. So basilica?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know. Shut up, Joe. I don't know how to say it.
No worries. It's just...
Yeah, Joe. You're a
what
jerk.
an ass.
Sorry.
I'm just fucking with you, Joe.
I know.
I'm not.
Cornell College is the only school in the nation to have its entire campus listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The Sergeant Floyd Monument in Sioux City honors the only man to die during the Lewis and Clark expedition. Interesting. Maynard Reese is the only artist to win the federal duck stamp competition 5 times. There is a bronze life-size sculpture of a Norwegian immigrant family circa 1860 and is located on a 6-acre restored prairie site located at the east entry of Lake Mills on Highway 105. Iowa's only operating antique carousel is located in the city of Story City. So that same one that has the longest running theater.
Nice.
Knoxville Spring Sprint Car. No, Knoxville National Sprint Car. Hall of Fame and Museum. It's the only museum in the country dedicated to preserving the history of sprint car racing. Iowa's only fire tower is situated in Yellow River State Forest. A fire tower, like I mentioned before in the game Firewatch. You sit in a fire tower. Herbert Hoover, a West Branch native, was the 31st president of the U.S. and the first born west of the Mississippi. Wow. So before him, all 30 presidents were born east of the Mississippi?
It sounds like
I guess that would kind of make sense. I mean, I don't know when that was, what year that was, what states were around. So I guess I could see it. Probably,
right.
Marnie Dude Eisenhower. I could be saying that wrong. Mamie Dude Eisenhower's birthplace is located in Boone and includes a restored frame house complete with summer kitchen and original furniture from the family. Interesting. Van Meter is the hometown of baseball's Bob Feller, an Iowa farm boy who went onto the greatness with the Cleveland Indians during the golden age of baseball. Born Donabella Molenger in Denison County, Oscar award-winning actress Donna Reed started her career at the young age of 16. Born Marion Robert Morrison in Winterset, John Wayne was the son of a pharmacist and grew up to become one of Hollywood's most popular movie stars. If you guys don't know who John Wayne is, you need to go out and explore and watch some of his movies. They're good.
Absolutely.
Meredith Wilson, who played with the famous John Philip Sousa and New York Philharmonic before launching his career as a famous composer and lyricist, is a Mason City native. Glenn Miller, a noted trombonist and orchestra leader, was born in Clarinda, which is located in southwest Iowa. A town of Fort Atkinson was the site of the only fort ever built by the U.S. government to protect one Indian tribe from another. Well, that's interesting. Campers and motorhomes are manufactured in Winnebago County, and I bet you can't guess what they're called. Anybody?
Winnebago.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. See, I know shit.
Yes, you do.
Fuck you, Joe.
Iowa is the only state whose east and west borders are 100% formed by water. Oh, wow. That's insane.
Never thought about that before.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Iowa is the only state whose east and west borders are 100% formed by water, which is the Missouri and the Mississippi rivers.
Huh.
Yeah. Just a couple more people. Hang on there. We're almost done. Campers and motorhomes are manufactured in... Well, I already read that one. The highest double-track railroad bridge in the world is the Kate Shelley Bridge and is located in Boone, Iowa. The famous actor... Oh, that's a double repeat. Iowa State University is the oldest land-grant college in the U.S. What else we got? Decorah hosts Nordic Fest, a 3-day celebration of Decorah's Scandinavian heritage. The National Balloon Museum of Indianola chronicles more than 200 years of ballooning history. And then our last and final fact of this boring state is the Sheldon High School Summer Theater, the only high school repertoire in Iowa and just one of few in the nation, presents a different play for each week in June and July. There. Thank you all for another exciting week of This Freakin' State of Mind. I know it wasn't the greatest, but you know what? Maybe we didn't have the greatest state to go over. It is still a state, so we'd like to keep that in our rotation and not leave anyone out. So, as I said, thanks again. Let's move right along to our next segment.
I'm going to say it's not the worst either, because Ohio is yet to come.
Now, just to be clear, what you just described, was that heaven?
You talking about Iowa?
No, it's Iowa.
Is this heaven? No, it's Iowa. Oh my, funny. Okay. Anyways, what the fuck was I gonna do?
I don't know.
Oh, Colin, what you freaking on this week?
Visual Studio 2015 community. Holy shit!
Very, very specific.
Yeah. The only reason I'm freaking on it is because this past week I had a homework assignment to do, and I spent a good total about 7 hours trying to get this stupid program to work. Had it working for the most part where I could work in it, but then I had to hit one button to compile what I was working on, and it crashed the entire program.
Jeez.
And I needed to hit it. I needed to build the program I was working on. Every time it crashed the system or the program. And the first time I did it, it actually corrupted my entire file, so I couldn't even use it. And I had to start over.
That is the worst.
Oh, you did not. I wanted to throw my computer through the fucking wall so bad.
I believe you.
But eventually I ended up getting it all fixed and good to go. And yeah, that's what I was freaking out this week.
Nice.
Yo, how about you?
I made it back over to the library near me, and they don't have the book that I really want to read, so the runner-up was Stephen King's It. It is fantastic. Nice. Oh, man, I'm about 300 pages in. It's so good.
The first part of that comes out this year, don't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I decided to pick it up. Between it coming out in the fall and Houston, my younger brother recommended it to me. And when it comes to book recommendations, he's a pretty picky reader. And so when he says something is good, I believe him. And so I took him at his word, and the book that I wanted to read wasn't available, so I picked up it, and I have trouble putting it down. So it's really, really, really fantastic, and I recommend it to anybody. If you like horror stories. If you don't like horror stories, or if you have a particular dislike of clowns, maybe don't read it. But
clowns are so much fun.
I have less problem with them the older I get.
Did you have a problem with them when you're young?
Yeah, I saw the original movie, the original It film when I was probably
such a good movie.
8. And it's
forever
scared the living
young.
out of me. I wanna be
forever young.
So where did this song come and play?
No idea. Travis, what are you freaking on this week?
Well, Joey said the word young. Anyways, well, cough. I actually should have a job this week.
Sweet
nice.
Action.
Yeah, not so much starting it, because obviously, when you apply for a job, you have to go through interviews and all this other shit. So I applied for a job and got an interview a couple weeks ago. I had a second interview the same week, and I actually had a conference call last week with the a couple of the bosses, and they eventually had to talk to uppers and everything. So it's a whole chain of events. Eventually I got a call today saying that the president of the company liked my resume. He liked who I am. He likes what I'm about. So they're gonna offer me a job. So hopefully it should be tomorrow. They said the latest would be Wednesday. I should hear from HR. I should get the offer and everything sent to me, which I should sign, do the background check, drug testing, all that stuff, the physical, and everything throughout this week. So hopefully either next week or the following week I will be employed again. So there's one less indentation in my couch.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So
happy.
Yeah,
for
me
you.
too. Yeah, so it's a whole new adventure. I literally right before we started recording tonight, I updated my Facebook finally to show that I no longer work at the at Intertech. And I was gonna do that a while ago, but apparently you can't do that shit from your phone. You actually have to do it on a desktop. So
I hate the restrictions that Facebook does.
Oh yeah, you can't update shit on Facebook. All you can do on Facebook is just fucking send like statuses and message people.
You have to actually go on a computer to change any settings.
Yeah. Also, I fucking talked to Super Casey, so we're scheduling her to come back on the show. So I'm excited for that.
Nice.
I'm hoping if everything works out. It should be like the second week in March, and a couple other people are coming up and everything. So I'm excited for that too. Colin, you got anything else?
I do not.
Joey?
Nope.
No, I think that's about it. Cool. Hey, Joe.
Yes.
We all know that our listeners can catch Geek Cast Show here every week on This Freakin Show. But if they need to get more Geek Cast Show than the 1 hour we provide them every week, where else can they find you?
If you need more Geekcast Joe, you can find me over the Geekcast Live podcast at gcl.ninja. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, SoundCloud, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find us on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Google Play. Obviously, if you're listening to us, you found us from somewhere. If you know of somebody who would enjoy our show who isn't listening to it, let them know. Let's try to double our listeners to 22. If you do hear us on iTunes and you happen to have some free time, give us a 5-star review, give us a rating and everything, because we love seeing that. It just shows that you really love us as much as we like to believe you do. You can follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, just by searching This Freakin Show. We also have a website, thisfreakinshow.com, where you can contact us through there if you have any questions, concerns, if you want to recommend something for us to discuss, if you want to come on the show, or know somebody who wants to come on the show and kind of branch off on their artistic, musical capabilities or whatever that, they excel at, that they want the world to know about. We'll get them out to the dozen people that listen. What else is there? Oh yeah, like I told you a couple weeks ago, I'm going to start ending every show with a Will Rogers quote that I was going to do last week, but I lost them, but now I found them, so I'm going to start with this week's. So to end this show, as Will Rogers has once said, even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there.
Nice.
I know, right? Anyways, I am Travesty.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
Thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin' Show. I'm out.